One of the things that potentially could stop people and has stopped me in the past about putting out content is that I didn't want it to be about me. And I felt like there was a selfishness to like putting a camera in my face in some way. And that's kind of why I go for the podcast format. It's like I'm putting you on a pedestal or showing the light that you are, as opposed to showing myself. And I know that's a criticism that keeps popping up for you, is like, this guy makes it all about himself.
Yeah.
What do you say to those criticisms?
There's definitely, it actually makes sense. Like the criticism from the lens of the like from the external makes sense. Yeah, like I fucking run shirtless at these races, Danny. I get to monetize off my personal brand and my following. I get to go to races and like I know that there's a camera recording. Like I can understand that. But if people understood who I am as a human on the human level, when I was at my mom's house 3 years ago and I was the same person with the same level of humility, with the same level of kindness and empathy, they would understand that it's not true. And people that see me raw, people that see me in the flesh when I'm at places, in restaurants, at fucking races, every time someone comes up to me, I'm locked in, Danny. And like I'm just being human. It's not like I have a following and you don't know. It's just like, what's up? Like, what do you have going on? Like what's your story type of fucking vibe, you know? But I understand why people will take that of like, oh, like it's all about Matt. He's going to this race. It's all about, but at the end of the day, at times I am building a brand, right? But the brand that is getting built, the impact that's getting made is so much more than just myself, right? And I think for other people, I don't expect everyone to understand that, and it's okay. But what fuels me is my own internal challenge of myself of like trying to improve at everything I do. And in this case, it might be running or in business. But along me doing that pursuit, people are getting impacted in a positive fucking way. And I would rather focus on that than people like, oh my God, Matt's selfish. He's a narcissist. It's all about him. Because at the end of the day, I know that it's not true. So I think it is hard for some people when you are becoming the main character of your story, which I believe that every fucking human should be the main character of their story. Like there's some levels of that's good. You should be proud that you're the person that's driving the ship. You should be proud that you're the person that's willing to take on these things that other people aren't willing to take on. And if you can then be a light for someone else to then allow them the opportunity to pursue, that's a beautiful thing. So I think I love when Gary says this shit of like him being the shield and the armor for people to do what they want to do in this world. So many people, like their parents say like, yo, go be the doctor, right? Me being an Asian, I actually got lucky that my mom wasn't always down that line. But so many of my friends, they had no choice but to be a lawyer, doctor, dentist, right? Like that was their only option. And when you have someone like Gary that's basically challenging the framework of most modern society of like, yo, you should actually chase after your passions, chase after your dreams, and use me as the shield to basically get you there, in the sense of Gary being someone that's going to give you emotional intelligence, give you the feedback of what it feels like to be disciplined and accountable and kind. Because honestly, a lot of parents aren't teaching their kids those things exactly, especially in the entrepreneur realm, right? Not like the kindness and empathy stuff, but being an entrepreneur, a lot of parents don't have familiarity in that. So of course they would say, go be a doctor or a lawyer. So to answer your original question of like what that feels like to kind of get shat on for being like a selfish or narcissist, at the end of the day, these are just opinions. Now, if you are those things, and then you're kind of like, you're fucked, then you're like, oh shit, my intent is not good. But long before I got a following, I was this human that you're looking at right now, you know? And it's hard for me to sell that to you maybe, really, right? Even the people I meet, the people that are closest to me, family, my mom in particular, she's the one that if I hear that from her, that shit might hit me harder than someone online, because she actually knows. She saw what it was like when I was in her living room, in her dining room table, making that fucking creatine video when no one watched my shit, Danny, but having this internal belief in myself, but also being kind to people, showing up in a positive way. Like I did that years back, even when I played college football. So it's not like that part of me is like, oh, Matt's just this kind person because he's got a following, you know? So I think what I think about most is the people that are closest to me. if their opinion starts to then change because my actions are changing, I would have more room to like hear that really, versus someone that's just like, Matt's an asshole because he runs shirtless and he's just out here recording content of himself. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's a long-winded answer, but that's how I feel.
No, I appreciate you laying it out there. It feels like a lot that was off your chest, like by saying that.